Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Silver breaks through $24 an ounce as geopolitical tensions increase. But gold is down, and so is palladium. Let's explore! Yes, you're looking at the charts right now, and an odd twist. We don't see this happen very often. However, we have seen it multiple times through the course of the past 12 months, where gold and silver will act in opposite directions of each other. You know, the fact that we did see $1,900 gold sooner than I expected even means that it's probably a little bit of a correction for gold, and that's what's going on there. Silver, though, is not in a corrective state. It's got a lot of room to move to go in the upwards direction, and it is now solidly above $24. And many of us are saying, well, it's about time. Palladium also has been dramatically moving up, and it's in a corrective state as well, too, down $37 of the day, with platinum steadily rising to up $1 as of the recording of this video. So let's see here. Let's see what's going on. We're going to take a look at an article here from Kitco News. Jim Wyckoff brings us this information, this analysis. Gold and silver see safe haven buying as the markets are on a war footing. And geopolitical tensions are certainly rising high with the latest news out of Ukraine and what's going on here. Gold and silver prices are higher at midday. U.S. trading Tuesday. Of course, we did see gold move in and out from plus territory, positive territory, to slightly negative now. But gold prices hit an 8-month high and silver a 4-week high as risk aversion is elevated and geopolitics are on the front burner of the marketplace. Gold and silver bulls are feeling confident at the present, amid safe haven demand being stronger and the charts being friendly. April gold futures were last up $5 in 1904.80 cents, and March COMEX silver was last up about 30 cents at $24.29. Traders came back from a 3-day U.S. market holiday weekend to see that Russia sent troops into breakaway parts of Ukraine, with Russian President Putin calling it a peacekeeping mission. Now, this should be abundantly clear to everybody that Putin is the warmonger, and it's not NATO and the United States. The U.S. and the West have slapped new sanctions on Russia. I don't know how much good that's going to do, because they did this back in 2014 and it affected essentially just 1% of their economy, including Germany halting certification of a key oil pipeline into Russia. That really is the hitter there. That's going to be probably the biggest deterrent to Russia at this point. The Russian economy is about the size of Italy's, remember here. The U.S. says Russia now has 190,000 troops at the Ukrainian border. And by the way, it's not just around those provinces, those breakaway provinces where the Russian separatists are attacking Ukraine and interested troops there. It is all across the nation, from the top and the border on Belarus to Crimea, to all along the northern border with Russia and to the east. The matter is likely to remain on the front burner of the marketplace for some time. Markets are on a war footing, was the news headlines from Barron's today. I mean, likely he's going to do this incursion here. He's sending those troops in when many people predicted he wouldn't, but he is, and he's going to ease his way there. And he's made us an hour-long speech where basically he didn't recognize Ukraine as a nation. So if he doesn't recognize it as a nation and believe it's a part of Russia, they're going to probably send troops in. Global stock markets were mostly lower overnight. The U.S. stock indexes are lower at midday, and the bears have the near-term technical advantage. That's also aiding the metals markets. The key outside markets see the NYMEX crude oil prices higher, hitting a 7.5-year high of $96 a barrel. And that's obviously weighing in on that. And we're going to see probably $100 oil very, very soon. We're already seeing it at the gas pumps. And what is it about it? When oil goes up, the the gas stations and everything else, and the gas prices, they go up immediately. But when it goes down, it takes a little longer for that to go the other direction. Just a curious thing there. Nonetheless, I'm a proponent for more domestic production. Get into that shale. More fracking. More fracking is needed. We need to open up Anwar. We need to get the Keystone Pipeline going so that we are not affected by this stuff. The benchmark U.S. 10-year Treasury note is presently yielding 1.92%. The U.S. Treasury yields are falling early this week on safe haven demand for U.S. debt, and that's going to weigh and push and pull on gold prices. So gold prices, futures prices hit an 8-month high. Bulls have the solid overall near-term technical advantage. Prices are steep in a steep uptrend on the daily bar chart. Bulls' next upside price objective is to produce a close above solid resistance at the May 2021 high of $1,922.40. We're getting close. I believe we'll get to that point soon. It did get up to 1911 or 1914 earlier. Bears' near-term downside price objective is pushing futures prices below solid technical support at $1,850. First resistance is seen at today's high of $1,918.30, so it did get up there for briefly, and then at $1922.40. First support is seen at today's low of $18.89.70, and then at $18.82. Actually bought when it was near that low today. March silver futures prices hit a 4-week high today. The silver bulls have the overall near-term technical advantage. Bulls are in a fledgling price uptrend on the daily chart. Silver bulls' next upside price objective is closing prices above solid technical resistance at the January high of $24.75. The next downside price objective is for the bears at a closing prices below solid support at $22.50. And I've been saying that $22.50 seems to be a very solid support level, a floor level that likely we're not going to see again anytime soon. Not to say that's out of the realm of possibility, because with silver, you just never know these days. First resistance is seen at today's high of $24.38 and then at $24.50. Next support is seen at $24 and then at today's low of $23.71. So if we go back here and look at the metal prices again, we can see here the movement as the New York markets are open for the first time after a 3-day holiday there, $24.21. And gold is at $1,900, right smack dab at it for the ask price. And we can see the gold silver ratio is narrowing slightly to 78.78, but it's still too close to 80. And I think it should be a lot lower than that. And so maybe we will start to see silver play catch up here. We'll find out. It's going to be very interesting to see how things play out on the geopolitical stage. And it just goes to show you, and I firmly do believe that the things like this affect gold and silver prices in the short term. They do. It's just no question about it. And why is that? Because the gold and silver prices are affected by the psychology of the markets, just like everything else is. The regular market is. And what is it? It's all about confidence in the dollar and the volatility index. All that stuff weighs on gold and silver prices. And so it's interesting to see how this is playing out. These tensions will continue to increase, I believe, as we see this incursion of these troops in, and they will find some other reason to continue to advance further into Ukraine, either from that method or from the other avenues and other fronts. There's something called the pincher technique, and they likely will probably engage in that. It's going to be a classic shock and awe scenario, probably, if it plays out, especially with more troops heading to the region and getting within a couple miles of the border and making their way in already in these, quote, breakaway provinces. Putin it's a bad actor. This is reminiscent of what we saw with Hitler wanting to gain territory in World War II. And make no mistake, folks, this one thing is abundantly clear with Putin. People got to understand and realize he is salivating over the days of old, over the old CCCP days, the Soviet Union days. He wants to regather all those old former Soviet republics and reinstitute the Soviet Union again. That's his goal. And looks like he's on that move. And when we have a weak president here in the United States, he's going to take advantage of that because he would never have tried this under President Trump. So there you have it, folks. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.